Varsity's Game Time. Tonight, from Robert T. Shields Field on the campus of Fairleigh Dickinson University in Florham Park, New Jersey, it's the 2015 Morris County Championship. The Chatham Cougars versus the Green Wave of Delbarton. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Welcome to FDU on a beautiful May evening, perfect for this 2015 Morris County Boys Lacrosse Championship between the third-seeded Cougars of Chatham and the top-seeded Green Wave of Delbarton. This is a rematch of the 2013 Morris County final, won by Delbarton just 2 years ago. It's been quite a season for Chatham. The Cougars come into this game 10-8. At one point this season, Chatham lost 7 games in a row, but they have righted the ship. They have won 8 of 9 coming into this championship game, and in the semifinals, held Mountain Lakes to just 1 goal, knocking off the Lakers by the score of 5-1. On the other side, Delbarton has had another tremendous season, 13-1 on the year. The Green Wave are ranked number 2 in our latest MSG Varsity Tri-State poll, and as we said, they're the number 1 team, number 1 seed in this Morris County tournament. Delbarton averaging a hefty 13 goals per game coming into this championship, and coming off a tremendous win over Morristown Beard in the semifinals, blasting the Crimson by the score of 16-9. As you might imagine, tremendous Division I talent on the field for both teams here today. For Chatham, their outstanding scorer is Austin Pierce, a junior attackman with 40 goals on the year, 17 assists, coming off a 31-goal performance a year ago. He is committed to Lehigh, and he is the spearhead of the Chatham offensive attack. And on the other side for Delbarton, Princeton-bound senior attackman Emmett Cordry has 16 goals on the year, and he put together a tremendous effort in the semifinals with a hat trick against Morristown Beard. We're just moments away from the opening face-off. Chatham versus Delbarton for the Morris County Championship. That's coming up next right here on MSG Varsity's Game Time.
Springtime at MSG Varsity means lacrosse is in full swing. Every Monday at 7 p.m., Quick Hits keeps you in the know on the top storylines in your region. Tuesday nights at 7, find out which teams made our rankings on the Tri-State Boys Lacrosse Top 20 and Tri-State Girls Lacrosse Top 20. And Thursday is prediction time with Put a Face on It as Mike Quick makes his picks to win the biggest matchups of the weekend. Catch it all on MSG Varsity, on air at Channel 614, online at MSGVarsity.com, and on the go with the MSG Varsity app, only on Optimum.
Welcome back to MSG Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogno with you here at FDU in Florham Park for the 2015 Morris County Championship. The Cougars of Chatham, the Green Wave of Delbarton. Chatham coming in 10-8 under head coach Tony Calandra in his 6th season, 88-41 at the helm. And here's a look at his starting lineup here today. On attack for the Cougars, Austin Pierce, the junior attackman committed to Lehigh with 40 goals on the year and 17 assists. Will Barnett starts up front as well. He's got 36 goals and 32 assists. And Matt Coleman, a 24-goal scorer on the front line as well. The midfielders for the Cougars are Evan Bernard. He's got 19 goals on the season. Nate Carson also gets a start in the middle as well. And Thomas Berger, an outstanding sophomore coming off a terrific freshman season in which he scored 16 goals a year ago. The defensive back line for Chatham, Patrick Caulfield. He's committed to Manhattan. Also on defense is Kyle Kaloji and Jeff O'Malley. And starting at goal for the Cougars, Matt Grilly, although we'll see Matt Nessler between the pipes as well. For the Green Wave of Delbarton under Chuck Rubling, in his 29th season at the helm of the Green Wave, 472 victories, just 110 losses in his brilliant career. He starts this lineup tonight for the Green Wave. On attack is Princeton-bound Emmett Cordry, a 16-goal scorer. Ryan Onderdonk with 21 goals on the year. And Michael Rutter, also a 17-goal scorer as well. The starting midfield for Delbarton, TJ Comizio, who's committed to Villanova, 6 goals but 18 assists on the year. Connor Kirst, who leads Delbarton in scoring, 31 goals and 3 assists, the top face-off man as well. And the long stick midi who starts, Grant Brewster, wearing number 55. The starting defense for Delbarton, MJ Malillo, is committed to the University of Michigan. Joe Lee starts on the back line as well, and Jared Osler also gets the start, a senior for the Green Wave. And starting in goal is John Cree, 8.05 goals against average, 52% save percentage. Both teams meeting at midfield. It is a perfect night. A little on the warm side, to be honest. Temperature in the low 80s as we get ready for the opening face-off. Actually, mid-80s. How about 86 degrees at game time as Chatham takes on Delbarton. Glad you could join us, though, on this beautiful Tuesday night here in Morris County. Clear skies overhead. Here we go. Chatham in their road blue with the white numerals, and Delbarton, the number 1 seed, in their home whites, trimmed with green. Chatham will move left to right on your screen. And the opening face-off. Ready to go here for the Morris County Championship, and we are underway. Connor Kirst took the face-off for Delbarton. And Justin Hayes took it for Chatham, but the Cougars get it on the first possession of the game. Here comes Chatham quickly. They bring it up. Thomas Berger, who was an outstanding freshman a year ago. He was a phenomenal freshman, one of the tops in the state. Had 16 goals and 7 assists a year ago. And this year, he's found the back of the net 21 times and assisted on 13 others. So he's followed up that phenomenal freshman season with a super sophomore season as well. And he has possession here, flips it up top. That shot whistles wide, taken by Austin Pierce, who's an outstanding offensive player. The junior is committed to Lehigh. He has 40 goals, the leading scorer for Chatham on the year. Penalty flag is thrown in, and we'll have a delayed call against Delbarton. So Chatham will get the first man advantage when they lose possession. Right now, they have possession behind the goal. Here's Evan Bernard. He flips it up top to Carson. Nate Carson has it here for the Cougars and tries to get outside, but nowhere to go. Good defense there by TJ Comizio. Comizio all over him defensively. The ball loose on the ground, and there's the whistle on the delayed call. It is a cross check, and it will be a 1-minute man-up advantage for Chatham. So the Cougars with the first big opportunity of the game. 10:45 remaining in the first quarter. No score. Chatham and Delbarton for the Morris County title. Chatham, kind of an odd season for them. The Cougars 10-8, started the year 3-0, then lost 7 straight games, went on a 7-game losing streak against a very tough schedule. Then they won 8 of their last 9. So they have been streaky, and right now they're on the streak they want to be at coming into this Morris County final, having won 8 of 9. Here's Berger. He works it around, flips it behind the goal to Pierce. Austin Pierce and Will Barnett is back there as well. Barnett, of course, an outstanding hockey player for the Chatham hockey team. Here is Pierce. He has it. Up top it comes. Good ball movement here. Evan Bernard here. Robert Rhodes. Chatham really moving it around nicely. Here's a bounce shot that is deflected in front. Barnett tries to pick up the loose ball and does. Good job there by Will Barnett. He flips it up top. Nate Carson back to Barnett. Sidewinds it wide. John Cree in goal for Delbarton. Having an outstanding year. 8.05 goals against average. 52% save percentage between the pipes for the Green Wave. Austin Pierce makes a nice move, but nowhere to go. That shot is high, goes up over the crossbar. Pierce made a nice move, but then bouncing out defensively on him was Jack Gelty. Outstanding defenseman, long stick defenseman for Delbarton. Up top is Matt Coleman. He gives it now to Evan Bernard. Chatham, a very patient team. They scored just 5 goals in the semifinal against Mountain Lakes, but held the Lakers to 1 goal and only 16 shots on the cage as well. So this is the kind of game they're looking to play. They want to keep the score low and keep that high-powered Delbarton offense from getting opportunities. Nice save by Cree. Nice play there by John Cree. He makes the save for Delbarton, and now the Green Wave will have their first possession of the game. Osler loses it on the far side. It is picked up by Barnett. Barnett double teamed on the far side, and a timeout is called by Chatham. 8:47 remaining first quarter, and Tony Calandra calls a timeout for the Cougars. So an early timeout taken by Chatham as they look to keep possession on the Delbarton side of the field, and they will take the ball out on the far sideline. Matt Coleman will put it in play for the Cougars. Coleman having an outstanding season, 24 goals and 16 assists for the Cougars. He flips it up top to Nate Carson. Carson comes on the near side. This is Berger. And Berger being played tough there by Grant Brewster. Berger gets around, tries to wrap around, comes back up top now to Coleman. Coleman puts on the Jets, but getting over there defensively is Osler. Bernard behind the goal. Loses it. Good defensive play by Connor Kirst as he strips it away. And here comes Kirst cutting through the defense and gets through two defenders. Fast break opportunity for the Green Wave. Shot, score! Jack Chatwin puts it in over the left shoulder. The assist from Connor Kirst, who carried up into the teeth of the defense. And just like that, Delbarton grabs an early 1-0 lead. Chatwin the goal. Kirst the assist. 8:02 remaining first quarter. Delbarton 1, Chatham 0. Beautiful shot by Chatwin as he beats Matt Grilly. Grilly has been outstanding in goal. Remember, Chatham gave up only one goal against Mountain Lakes in the semifinal, but already Delbarton gets on the board. Off the faceoff, it's controlled by the Cougars, Justin Hayes, and he flips it up ahead. Melchiana on the near side, and he gives to Barnett, who comes back to Bryn Casey. Casey carries behind the goal for the Cougars. Chatham has had the best of the possession in the first quarter. They've held the ball almost the entire first quarter, but they've been held scoreless. That time Barnett tried to bounce one in, but it went wide. So Chatham with possession again. Robert Rhodes for the Cougars. Comes behind the goal to Coleman. Actually, it's Connor Bird. Bird, number 17. Austin Pierce. Big offensive force. 40-goal scorer for the Cougars. Head to the Patriot League, play at Lehigh in his collegiate career. Here's Rhodes. Rhodes moving against Camizio. Camizio takes a couple shots at him with the stick, and then that pass up over the head of Barnett. A fierce fight in midfield, shoveled ahead, and the ground ball picked up by Delbarton. MJ Malillo flips it ahead. Here comes another fast break opportunity. The shot, oh, what a save by Grilly. He robs the Green Wave. That time, Matt Grilly came up big, but then the rebound shot put in by the Green Wave. Michael Rudder puts it in for Delbarton. And Delbarton has a 2-0 lead. Rudder is 18th goal of the season. And he gives Delbarton a 2-0 advantage with 6:21 remaining in the first. Grilly made the first initial save, an outstanding stop, but the ball came loose in front. Rudder picked it up and fired it home. Legal procedure, the call against Chatham on the face-off, and Delbarton gets it. Here come the Green Wave. Chatwin, who already has a goal in the game for Delbarton. They flip it now behind the net. Here's Rudder, who has the other goal. On the far side, Onderdunk, and he comes up top to Andrew Ford. Connor Kirst, he's been the big gun for Delbarton this year. Hurst wearing number 34, 31 goals and 3 assists on the year. And the Green Wave working around, ball loose. Nice defensive play there by Melchiana, but he can't control. And Delbarton goes back the other way. Andrew Ford goes to Kirst, back to Ford. Ford up top, now backs away from the Chatham defense. Camizio. That pass too low for Kirst, and Delbarton, a rare unforced error, turns it over. Chatham will get it back. 5:15 remaining in the first quarter, and the Cougars down by the score of 2-0. Nate Carson up top for Chatham. Camizio gives chase. Camizio committed to Villanova. Outstanding midfielder. Has 6 goals offensively and 18 assists, but does an outstanding job on defense. Nate Carson behind the net. Camizio is on him. Barnett, sidewinding shot goes wide. 4.5 left in the first. Here's Coleman. Coleman in the back of the crease comes up top. He finds Berger. Thomas Berger. Only a sophomore. 21 goals, 13 assists. Last year, 16 and 7. Chatham very patient. They, again, want to slow the game down, keep it a low-scoring game. You saw what Delbarton can do when they get possession. They score quickly. And Chatham does not want any part of that kind of game. Cougars want to keep possession. Here's Carson. Tries to wrap around against Camizio. Camizio cuts him off. Good pass. Here comes a shot opportunity. It's put in. Austin Pierce puts it home. His 41st goal of the year. Beautiful pass from behind the net. Finds Austin Pierce, and when he gets open like that, the Lehigh-bound junior attackman is hard to stop. He goes low and beats John Cree. And just like that, the Cougars have sliced the deficit in half. It's 2-1 with 3:40 remaining in the first. And the face-off controlled by the Cougars. Excellent job by Justin Hayes. He wins that face-off and then shoveled it back to his teammate. And that teammate is Matt Coleman, who has it here. Flips it up top to Evan Bernard. Berger receives the pass way up top, and he'll crank it up here for the Cougars. He comes on the near side to Bernard, and now over to Nate Carson. Carson puts the jets on, puts the brakes on, tries to spin away. He does, takes the shot, it goes wide. Jack Chatwin with some good defense there, shadowing Carson. And the Cougars retain possession. 2:43 remaining in the first quarter here in the Morris County Championship. Glad you could join us on MSG Varsity's Game Time on a beautiful Tuesday evening here in Florham Park. Fairleigh Dickinson University campus here in Florham Park. The annual location for this Morris County Championship. And Will Barnett has tied the game. Barnett with a rifle shot. And Barnett with a beautiful play. 36 goals on the year coming in. That's his 37th of the season. And none bigger than that. He ties the game at 2. So Will Barnett outstanding two-sport performer for Chatham on the ice and on the lacrosse field as well. Chatham wins the faceoff for the Cougars, a chance to take the lead. We are tied at 2. Delbarton scored the first 2. Chatham's come back with 2 unanswered. We approach 2 minutes remaining in a very well-played, exciting first quarter of play. Austin Pierce has one of Chatham's 2 goals. Pearson Barnett. And here's Barnett on the near side. Flips it up top to Britton Casey. On the far side, Robert Rhodes. Comizio jumps out on him. And now behind the goal is Coleman. Coleman trying to wrap around. Nowhere to go, looks for a cutter in front, but he comes outside instead to Casey. And all the way back up top to Bird. Austin Pierce. Minute 15 remaining, first quarter. Chatham looking to take the lead. Pierce, no chance here against M.J. Malillo, the Michigan-bound long-stick defenseman, all over him. Connor Bird on the far side for the Cougars. 1 minute left, first quarter. Matt Coleman. Pierce, looks like Chatham may hold for the last shot of the first. Rhodes almost threw that one away, and Connor Bird had to go way up the ladder to corral it. 40 seconds left here in the quarter. Pierce up top. Pierce makes a nice move. Picked up there by Malillo, who comes out on him, takes a couple whacks at him. 30 seconds left here in the first period. We're tied at 2. Coleman. Again, Chatham looking at the clock, waiting to pull the trigger. Now Pierce takes the shot, and the save made by Cree. Nice job, he went low and makes the stop. Gets possession for Delbarton. The Green Wave push it up. 3 seconds. Let's see if they can get a shot off, and that will do it. So the first quarter comes to an end in the Morris County Championship. A terrific first period of play. Our score, Chatham 2, Delbarton 2 on MSG Varsity's Game Time.
Here's a shot and score!
Welcome back to MSG Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogno with you on the call here from FDU in Florham Park. Beautiful night for the Morris County Championship. And what a great first quarter of play. Delbarton and Chatham tied at 2. The Green Wave scored the first 2 goals of the game. And they were rolling at a 2-0 lead. But Chatham, very calm, very cool, collected, came back with 2 unanswered goals. And we have ourselves a game. It is 2-2 as we go to his 6th season. 88 wins, 41 losses, 207 career victories. And Delbarton on the other side, Chuck Rubling. Last year, the New Jersey Lacrosse Coach of the Year, 6th time he has won that award. In his career, 472 wins in his 29th season. Chuck Rubling, also headmaster at Delbarton. What a career he has had at the helm of the Green Wave. Defending state champs, by the way, last year 21-3, beat Summit in the state championship game, the TOC final 7-5, their first TOC title since 2006, and looking to get back there again this year. 13 Morris County championships for Delbarton, looking for number 14 this season. Of course, that's an all-time record, those 13 titles. Delbarton coming in 13-1 this year. Chatham 10-8. Last year, Chatham 16-7, made it to the North Jersey Group 1 semis. Both teams with big postseason aspirations once again this year. Big collision delivered there by Nate Carson. Good check. And bodies flying all over the place. Now a flag is thrown. And this may go against Delbarton. Matt Coleman fired up for Chatham. This may give Chatham a man-up advantage and a chance to take the lead. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Waiting for the official call. Check to the head. It's 2 minutes, I believe. 2-minute man-up advantage. It's a non-releasable penalty. So Chatham with a big opportunity here. It'll be a 2-minute man advantage, non-releasable. Let's see if the Cougars can take advantage. 10.5 remaining here in the second quarter. Cougars working around very patiently. Behind the goal, here's Barnett. Will Barnett has one of Chatham's 2 goals. Berger takes the shot and whistles that one wide. Cougars retain possession in a 2-2 game. Barnett, Pierce, and just getting a piece of it was John Cree. He got his stick down on it and deflected it. Chatham gets it back. Coleman to Berger. Berger up top, and that shot goes wide. Up over the crossbar, Evan Bernard, a 19-goal scorer on the year. This Chatham team has some offensive punch. And now a whistle. As a ball came loose. Not sure where it came from on the sideline. That shot, score! Evan Bernard! Just under the crossbar. His 20th goal of the year. And Chatham takes the lead. The Cougars on top by the score of 3-2. That's 3 unanswered goals by Chatham after Delbarton had a 2-0 lead. So we've got ourselves a game here. 9:40 remaining in the second quarter. Chatham 3, Delbarton 2. As we said, it has been a tale of 2 seasons for Chatham, a team that had a 7-game losing streak earlier this year. Now has won 8 of its last 9. And Chatham calls a timeout. They are excited on the Chatham sideline, to say the least. 9:28 remaining in the second quarter. Chatham 3, Delbarton 2. Delbarton trailing 3-2, 2-time defending Morris County champions. These 2 teams, by the way, met earlier this season, back on April 16th. It was all Delbarton in that game. They won by the score of 11-4, but it was a close game going into the fourth quarter. It was 4-3 going into the fourth. And then Delbarton exploded in the fourth. There's Barnett. He fires and scores. A penalty flag flies. The goal is good. Barnett is second goal of the game, and Chatham has a 4-2 lead. Great pass in front, and Will Barnett puts it home. So the goal is good, and then it's a 1-minute penalty called against Delbarton. A late hit is the call. So a 1-minute man-up advantage for Chatham. So they already have a 4-2 lead. And the Cougars now a chance to get another. Cougars with a big opportunity here to give themselves a little bit of a cushion against a high-scoring Delbarton team that averages 13 goals a game. Here is Carson. Nate Carson fires that one well wide. But Chatham retains possession. 8:54 remaining in the first half, and the Cougars on top by the score of 4-2. Here's Matt Coleman behind the goal. Dishes up top to Bernard. Evan Bernard has a goal in the game, as does Austin Pierce. Pierce backs up with possession, directs traffic, comes over to Bernard on the near side. This is Berger to Bernard. Back to Pierce. Winds up, fires, and Green makes the save. The ball comes loose in front, picked up by Delbarton, and a flag is thrown. You have a Delbarton player banged up on the play. That's Joe Tavasso. He appears to be okay. He might have taken a shot across the wrist. The flag is down. This one looks like it'll go against Chatham. It'll be Delbarton possession. It's a slash. 1 minute. Man up advantage for Delbarton. So the Green Wave with an opportunity. Trailing 4-2. Here's Andrew Ford. Carries up on the right wing. Picked up defensively by Patrick Cosgrove. And it goes behind the goal. Ford checks out the Chatham defense. And they flip it back up top. Connor Kirst. And Emmett Cordry. Cordry delivers up front, and Kirst picks up the loose ball, deflected by Chatham in front. Troy Hanlon wears number 3, 11 goals on the year for him. Hanlon on the near side, faked the shot. Here's the pass up top. Kirst could not get a good shot off. Might have been deflected by Chatham, and then Grilly made what turned out to be an easy save on the bounce. Beautiful play by the Cougars to clear it out of there. Up ahead it comes to Melchiana. He races upfield. So Chatham gets possession back. 6:57 remaining here in this second quarter. They already have a 4-2 lead. By the way, Kyle Kaloji with a terrific pass over his shoulder to clear that ball out of there. Nate Carson on the near side. Carson makes a move. Here's Bernard. Berger wraps around, fires and scores! What a move by Thomas Berger, who wrapped around and just quickly turned with a wrist shot and put it in underneath the crossbar. 5-2, Chatham. Timeout, Delbarton. So Chuck Rubling calls a timeout. 6:09 remaining in the second quarter. Chatham 5, Delbarton 2. Following the timeout, it will be a face-off at midfield. Chatham has exploded for 5 unanswered goals. After Delbarton had a 2-0 lead, the Cougars have scored 5 straight. It is 5-2. Chatham here in the Morris County Championship. Violation against Delbarton. Chatham gets possession again. And the Cougars bring it up. Here's Evan Bernard to Coleman. Back up top, Berger, who just scored that sensational goal on the wraparound. More than halfway through quarter number 2. It is a 5-2 Chatham lead. Nate Carson intercepted. Getting in the passing lane, Connor Kirst. And he flips it up ahead. A beautiful pass delivered to Comizio. Fast break, ball gets loose. Picked up by Chatham. Beautiful play there by Kyle Kaloji. And he flips it on the far side to Patrick Caulfield. They get it back to their goalkeeper, Grilly, and he delivers to Berger. Berger races up. No one picks him up defensively for Delbarton. Now they cut him off. Nate Carson behind the goal. 3-goal advantage for the Cougars. They're up 5-2. 4.5 remaining second quarter. Here's Bernard. He goes behind the net to Pierce. Austin Pierce wraps around. Nowhere to go as 3 defenders converge on him. And it comes back out to Berger. Here's Bernard. Less than 4 minutes now left in the second quarter. Coleman. Coleman makes a nice spin. And Delbarton does a good job to get back on him defensively. Jack Kelty with that defensive play forced him outside. And now Delbarton with possession as they take it away. MJ Malillo brings it up towards midfield and delivers the pass up ahead to Comizio. Delbarton down by 3. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left, first half. Up top it comes to Andrew Ford. Ford delivers on the near side, Troy Hanlon. Less than 3 minutes left in the second. Cordry, he's been quiet, the Princeton-bound attacker. Chatham's done a good job on him defensively. Ford comes on the near side. Keegan Kahn for Delbarton. Behind the goal, Ryan Underdunk. Cordry flips it back outside, and it comes all the way back up top now, Colin Crowley. Here's Crowley. Delivers on the left wing, back to Crowley. 2:20 left. Ford makes a nice move. Ford trying to dodge some defenders, but nowhere to go. Good job defensively by Patrick Cosgrove of Chatham. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left, first half. Cordry trying to make a move against Caulfield. Tough defense here by Chatham. Delbarton cannot find a seam. Hanlon now finds a cutter. Cordry tries to go low, but Grilly got a piece of it with his stick and deflects it. That's 4 saves now for Matt Grilly. That's a big one there against the sharpshooting Emmett Cordry. Cordry with a hat trick against Morristown Beard in the semifinals. .125 left in the first half. Delbarton trying to get closer. They're down by 3. Here's Ford. He goes low. Grilly makes the save. The rebound loose in front. Picked up by Chatham. Here come the Cougars. Melchiana flies across midfield. Chatham with a little extra zip in their step here this first half. 1 minute and counting down left in the first half, and Chatham with a 5-2 lead here in the Morris County Championship. 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. Here's Berger up top. Berger and Pierce comes over on the far side to Carson. Cougars take a look back at the clock. They'll hold for the last shot. 25 seconds left. Here's Carson. Wraps around, nowhere to go. Pushes it back outside, makes a move, and gives to Berger. Back to Carson. 15 seconds left in the second. Here's Bernard. Bernard, nice cutter in front, but the shot not put in by Coleman. A beautiful save by John Cree. And Delbarton with possession calls a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Chuck Rubling wants to set up a play. Chatham with a golden opportunity. They had it set up. Matt Coleman with the shot, but you got to give credit to John Cree, the outstanding goalie for Delbarton. He made the stop. 5 seconds remaining in the quarter, and it's 5-2, Chatham on top. It'll be Delbarton possession with 5 seconds left. Let's see if the Green Wave can get a shot off here. Connor Kirst with a long pass up ahead. Here's Ford. Ford trying to make a move. And the horn blows. The first half comes to an end. What a first half for the underdog Chatham Cougars, the number 3 seed, leading top-seeded Delbarton. Here at the half, 5-2. Chatham on top. We'll be back in second half action here in the Morris County Championship in just a few moments here on MSG Varsity's Game Time.
Springtime at MSG Varsity means lacrosse is in full swing. Every Monday at 7 p.m., Quick Hits keeps you in the know on the top storylines in your region. Tuesday nights at 7, find out which teams made our rankings on the Tri-State Boys Lacrosse Top 20 and Tri-State Girls Lacrosse Top 20. And Thursday is prediction time with Put a Face on It as Mike Quick makes his picks to win the biggest matchups of the weekend. Catch it all on MSG Varsity, on air at Channel 614, online at MSGVarsity.com, and on the go with the MSG Varsity app, only on Optimum.
Chatham, the number 3 seed, dreaming upset, and they're up by 3. Chatham with 17 shots in that first half to Delbarton's 9. Grilly made 5 saves for the Cougars. Cree with 6 between the pipes for Delbarton. Goal scorers for Chatham, Will Barnett had 2. Austin Pierce with 1. Evan Bernard 1. And Thomas Berger with 1 as well. And Jack Chatwood and Reuter are the only 2 goal scorers. Michael Reuter for Delbarton. That's where we're at. It's 5-2 as we get ready for half number 2. Delbarton, 2-time defending Morris County champions, trying to keep that streak alive and looking for their 14th Morris County title. Right now, they're down by 3. Tons of time, though, as the second half just begins. Chatham gets the initial possession of half number 2. Here is Carson, being played by Comizio. Carson, behind the crease, dumps it off. Coleman. Up top, it comes to Pierce. MJ Malillo comes out on him defensively. And Chatham in no hurry with a 3-goal lead. But the Cougars have looked very sharp offensively, moving the ball around briskly. we said earlier, this is a rematch of the 2013 Morris County final. Delbarton defeated Chatham that year 10-7. The Cougars looking for their first ever Morris County title. They have never won the Morris County Championship. They knocked off Mountain Lakes in the semifinal 5-1 to get to this championship game. Meanwhile, Delbarton, the number 1 seed, defeated Morristown Beard 16-9. Here's Pierce. Nowhere to go. Cannot get past Melillo. Tough defense. Looked like Pierce might have an opening momentarily, a 41-goal scorer on the year, but Melillo did a good job to cut him off. Up top it comes to Evan Bernard. He goes to Coleman. Takes it behind the goal. Finds a cutter in front, trying to find Berger, but it's knocked away, and Connor Kirst picks it up for Delbarton. Here come the Green Wave. Kirst looking like a running back, runs through the defense and across midfield. Kirst up ahead. He flips it on the far side to Melillo, back to Kirst, leading goal scorer for the Green Wave, Andrew Ford. Here's Ford to Comizio. TJ Comizio back to Ford. 9:25 left in the third quarter. 5-2. Chatham on top. Delbarton trying to stop the bleeding. Chatham is unreeled 5 unanswered goals. Cougars packing in that D. Comizio flips to Kirst. Kirst fakes the shot, makes a nice move, but nowhere to go. He has to bring it back outside. Mark McNally, great defense for Chatham, and that shot is taken wide. Shot taken from way outside up top. Delbarton retains possession, down by 3. Delbarton, one of the great national programs in high school lacrosse. Green Wave with 13 non-public A championships, a New Jersey record, 4 TOC titles, that too a New Jersey record. Coming into this game, 13-1 here in this 2015 season. Comizio dishes outside, tried to find Kirst, but it bounces all the way to midfield, and Ford does an excellent job to pick up that ground ball. Nice job by Andrew Ford. Here is Kirst. Kirst trying to get a shot off, cannot. And it's taken away by Chatham. Bernard flips it up ahead. Finds Brian Graham. Graham on a fast break. He fires, and the save made by Cree. Beautiful play by John Cree as he robs Graham. Here comes Delbarton back the other way. Still down by 3. Comizio to Kirst. 7.5 remaining in the third quarter. Still 5-2. Chatham on top. Delbarton with non-public A championships in 2014, 12, 11, 2009, 2007. They won the TOC title in 2006 and then did it again last year. Down to 6:50 remaining in the third quarter. Delbarton still down by 3 goals. They scored 2 goals in the first opening couple of minutes. First opening couple of minutes of the game. They have not scored since. Down to 6:25 remaining. knocked away. Taken away by Chatham. Cougar defense again. This time Patrick Caulfield picks the pocket. And Matt Nessler, who's in goal now for Chatham. Nessler has it. So Nessler starts the second half. Grilly played the entire first half and played outstanding, making 5 saves and holding Delbarton to 2 goals. So Nessler gets the start in the second half. Junior goalkeeper. He inherits a 5-2 lead. Here's Hanlon. Troy Hanlon up top. Delbarton still down by 3. 5:35 remaining in the third quarter. Hanlon goes across the field. Andrew Ford gets away from his defender but takes it behind the goal. Cordry passes too high, but Hanlon does a good job to control it. He gets it back on the near side. Hanlon back to Ford. Ford, nowhere to go. Back to Hanlon. Now gets a shot off. And the rebound is put in. So Delbarton gets the goal. It's Michael Rudder, his second of the game. A huge goal that breaks the string of 5 unanswered by Chatham. And he makes it a 5-3 game with 4:51 remaining here in the third quarter. Chatham 5, Delbarton 3. Rudder, his second goal of the game. And the Green Wave, they win the faceoff. Cordry fires and scores. Emmett Cordry sidewinds one in. Just inside the right pipe. It's 5-4. Delbarton storming back. And Delbarton wins the faceoff. Here come the Green Wave. TJ Comizio flips it over to Andrew Ford. Ford controls here. Delbarton a chance to tie on this possession. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the third. Chatham clinging to a 1-goal lead. It's 5-4 Cougars. Delbarton now has scored 2 unanswered goals of their own. Comizio to Ford. Cordry. And that blazing shot. Kirst comes up top. And Comizio backs it out. 3:45 left in the third. Comizio. He finds Kirst. And that is deflected in front. That must have hit somebody's stick. Took a wicked ricochet in front. That could have fooled Nessler, but it went wide of the goal. And Kirst up top goes to Ford on the far side. Delbarton looking for the tying goal. Emmett Cordry. Nice move. Gets outside. Comes up top to Kirst. Leading goal scorer for Delbarton. Kirst with 31 goals on the season. Cordry to Kirst. Fires and the stop made. Good play by Nessler. Matt Nessler with the save. And he flips to Kyle Koloji. He comes back to the goalkeeper, Nessler, who carries out. Nessler brings it all the way up to midfield. Look at Nessler And now he delivers to Berger on the near side. 2.5 remaining in the third. Chatham up by 1. It's 5-4 here in the Morris County Championship. Nate Carson. Carson wraps around. Barnett, who's got 2 goals in the game already, goes low, has his shot deflected. Ground ball loose in front. Ball still loose. A mad scramble for that loose ball. A lot of physical play. And it's picked up by Malillo. Here comes MJ Malillo. Carries into the teeth of the defense. Tries a shovel pass over to Onderdonk, but it slips off his stick. And then picked up by Chatham. Here come the Cougars. Ryan Graham takes it across midfield. Fans are on their feet here. Exciting Morris County Championship game. 1:25 remaining in the third quarter. Berger up top. Chatham fans are really fired up. The Cougars looking for their first ever Morris County Championship. Bernard behind the goal. Less than a minute left in the third. Carson. Carson moving against Camizio. Comes back up top. Here's Pierce. Goes to Coleman. And Bernard. Kirst comes out on him defensively. Shot, score! Barnett. That's his third. He's got the hat trick. And a huge goal gives Chatham a 2-goal advantage. Will Barnett puts it in. The Cougars lead 6-4. With 34 seconds left. Delbarton possession. Green Wave bring it up. Less than 30 seconds left. Delbarton will try to get a shot off here. Here's Cordry. Cordry looking for a cutter in front. Cordry trying to wrap around. 2 defenders bounce out on him. 15 seconds left. Andrew Ford. Ford comes up top. Here's Troy Hanlon. Hanlon being played tough. Hanlon finds Cordry. Cordry takes the shot, delivers high up over the crossbar, and the ball bounces towards the corner and out. Chatham will get it back, and the third quarter comes to an end. We have played 3 complete here in the 2015 Morris County Championship. Our score, Chatham 6, Delbarton 4 on MSG Varsity's Game Time.
Nice try, guys. Better luck next year.
Welcome back to MSG Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brockno with you on the call here from FDU in Florham Park on a gorgeous May evening. The 2015 Morris County Championship. 1 more quarter to go. What a game it has been. Number 3 seeded Chatham. Dreaming upset. Looking for their first ever Morris County Championship. And they lead top seeded. And second ranked Delbarton by the score of 6-4 as we get ready for the fourth quarter. So, fasten your seatbelts, folks. This is going to be a big-time fourth quarter for the Morris County title. Off the face-off, won by Delbarton, moving left to right on your screen. The Green Wave, 13-1 on the season. They are down by 2 goals. Here's Andrew Ford. Ford flips it now back to Kirst. Connor Kirst, midfielder with 31 goals on the season. Princeton bound Emmett Cordry flips it outside. 11 minutes, 10 seconds left in the fourth. 6-4, Chatham on top. Comizio takes it behind the goal, played defensively by Patrick Caulfield. Gives to Cordry behind the circle. He finds a cutter in front. The ball loose, still loose on the ground, and picked up by Delbarton. Ford across to Kirst. Plenty of time, 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth. Chatham having won 8 of their last 9, coming into this game 10-8 overall on the season. In front, there's a shot that is stopped. Cordry took the shot, and Matt Nessler makes the save. Nessler with a beautiful play. Point blank range, he robs Cordry. And Chatham looks to clear. Cougars with a high pass off of Berger's stick, then shoveled up ahead to Berger. He can't pick up the ground ball. It goes out. Delbarton will get it back. 10 minutes, 11 seconds left in the fourth. Comizio to Ford. Delbarton averaging 13 goals per game, but Chatham has held them to 4 here with 9:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Second stellar defensive effort in a row by Chatham, who held Mountain Lakes to 1 goal in the semifinals. Colin Crowley gives to Ford, but nowhere to go. Cut off by Patrick Caulfield. Delbarton very patient here. They're only down by 2. Plenty of time, 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Cordry. Wraps around. Hanlon back to Cordry. Finds a cutter in front. Tried to thread the needle, but too many blue jerseys there. And it's taken away by Chatham. Officials timeout. Nope. They're going to give it back to Delbarton. So violation on the Cougars. And Delbarton gets a break. They get it back. Looked like they had lost possession. Kahn to Ford. He goes across. Underhand shot taken by Ford. Cordry tried to corral it behind the goal. The ball still loose on the ground and picked up by Ryan Onderdonk. Nice play by Onderdonk of Delbarton. He takes the shot that whistles wide. And the Green Wave retained possession with 8 minutes and 14 seconds left. Colin Crowley to Andrew Ford. Here's Crowley. Puts on a nice move against 2 defenders. Ford sidewinds that one that goes wide. I'll tell you, Ford had something on that. He almost got a couple of spectators behind the fence. And a timeout called by Chatham. 7:58 remaining in regulation. Chatham 6, Delbarton 4. Following the timeout, Delbarton possession. Less than 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Green Wave trailing 6-4. Comizio up top comes to Andrew Ford on the near side. Here's Keegan Kahn, and he goes to Cordry, who surveys the situation, and it comes back up top all the way up towards midfield to Comizio. Ford. Cordry. Delbarton wheels it around, looking for a cutter in front, but Chatham defense packed in there. Delbarton down just 2. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth. Cordry. Ball gets loose. A fight for the loose ball. It is shoveled up ahead and pushed out by Chatham. No, by Delbarton. It's Chatham possession. Chatham gets it back with 7:03 remaining in the fourth and a 2-goal lead. Nate Carson carries ahead here for the Cougars. Puts the brakes on. Comes outside. Carson moves against Comizio. Wraps around in front. Flips it back up top to Will Barnett, who has 3 goals in the game. 6:15 left in the fourth quarter. Chatham with a 6-4 lead. This is a huge possession for the Cougars. Berger gets away, puts on the speed. He fires it wide, goes behind the goal. Coleman, that might have just been a pass, not a shot. And Coleman flips it back up top. Hard to tell from this angle, but it looked like Berger was going to pull the trigger on a shot, but then he threw it right into the stick of Coleman, who was behind the goal. And now that's against Chatham, so they give up possession. Delbarton gets it back. So the Cougars do not score on that possession. Delbarton still only down by 2. Up ahead it comes to Kirst. Connor Kirst directs traffic. He flips to Ford. Up top. And it comes over to Troy Hanlon. Delbarton down by just 2. It's a team that averages 13 goals a game. They can score quickly. But Chatham defense has been rock solid in this Morris County Championship. 5 minutes left in regulation. Here's Ford. He goes to Cordry behind the goal. Cordry delivers in front. Shot, score! Michael Rutter. That's his 3rd of the game. He has a hat trick. And he draws Delbarton to within 1. It's 6-5 with 4:51 remaining in the fourth quarter. So with 4:51 left in the fourth, a 1-goal game here in the Morris County Championship. Delbarton trying to storm from behind and win their 14th Morris County title. Chatham looking for title number 1. Fight for the loose ball at midfield. Big collisions near the sideline. Illegal procedure. It will be Chatham possession. So the Cougars with possession, 4:25 left in regulation. They lead it by 1. It's 6-5. Berger behind the goal. Comes on the near side. They find a cutter in Barnett, who already has 3 of Chatham's 6 goals in the game. 3:50 left. Delbarton trying to force a turnover to get possession. In front, Berger fires, scores! Thomas Berger, his second of the game, and none bigger than that. He put the speed on, got loose in front, and connects on his 23rd goal of the season. Chatham leads it 7-5. Delbarton wins the faceoff, now once again down by 2. Here's Connor Kirst. Kirst up top. There's a shot that hits the pipe and caroms away. And hear the metal clang on that one. Delbarton gets it back. Cordry doesn't want to waste any time. He gets the play started right away. 3:10 left. Finds a cutter in front. Runner! His 4th of the game. Cordry the assist. The big look from behind the goal. He finds Rudder, who's open in front. It is 7-6 with 3:07 remaining in the 4th. So Delbarton answers. Huge face-off upcoming here. 3:07 left in regulation. Shoveled up ahead. Ball loose on the ground. Still loose. A fight for that loose ball. Where is it? It's still loose on the near sideline. No possession yet. What's the call? And a timeout. Delbarton. 2:49 remaining in regulation. Chatham 7, Delbarton 6 here in the Morris County Championship. So following the timeout, Delbarton possession as we get ready for the final frenetic 2:49. Chatham has a 1-goal lead. They're up 7-6, and Delbarton looking to tie it up on this possession. Here's Connor Kirst. He flips to Cordry behind the goal. Kyle Kaloji comes over to play him defensively, and Delbarton wheels it around up top. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Andrew Ford. 2:05. There's a shot by Kirst. Hit the pipe. Hit the left pipe and caromed away. He missed by inches. 1:55 and counting down here in regulation. Cordry trying to get loose. Finds Kirst. Caulfield comes out on him defensively. Cordry flips it up top. Here's the shot by Ford. Deflected in front and taken by the Chatham goalkeeper, Matt Nessler. He flips it up ahead. Chatham possession. 1:30 left. The Cougars trying to hang on and win their first ever Morris County Championship. And a timeout called by Chatham. 1:28 remaining in the 4th. Chatham 7, Delbarton 6. Following the timeout, Chatham possession. The Cougars leading top-seeded Delbarton 7-6. Chatham fans are going wild in the stands. They can feel it, but there's a long way to go. A minute 28 really is an eternity in a game like this. But Chatham does have possession, and Delbarton now will have to take some defensive chances to try to get the ball loose and get possession. Here is Berger. He's got 2 huge goals in the game. Thomas Berger, 2 defenders converge on him as they try to knock the ball loose. He is down, and a whistle blows. A hold called against Delbarton. So Chatham keeps possession with 1:08 remaining here in the fourth. Austin Pierce. Pierce wraps around and took a shot that went wide, and Delbarton gets it back. And a timeout called by the Green Wave. So Delbarton gets possession. 53 seconds left in regulation. They are down by 1. 53 seconds left in regulation. Chatham 7, Delbarton 6. The Green Wave, though, with possession. A chance to get the tying goal and force overtime. Can Chatham withstand what is sure to be a furious rush here by Delbarton in the next 50 seconds? If the Cougars hang on, it would be their first ever Morris County Championship. And quite an upset, to say the least. Delbarton coming in ranked number 2 in the MSG Varsity Tri-State. 30 seconds left. Here's Ford. Ford taken down by Caulfield. The flag is thrown. Shot deflected in front. That'll be a penalty on Chatham. Tripping. It's a 1-minute man-up advantage, so Delbarton will have a man advantage for the next 21 seconds. A chance to get the tying goal. Talk about tense moments. Morris County Championship on the line. Delbarton with a man advantage for the next 21 seconds. Green Wave working around. Here's Cordry. Cordry flips it back to Rudder. He's got it. Tries to wrap around. Flips it up top. Kirst comes to Ford. 5 seconds. In front. Cordry fires and scores! Emmett Cordry ties the game at 7 with 3 seconds left. The Princeton-bound senior attackman, Emmett Cordry, off a great pass in front with 3 seconds left, ties the game at 7. Face-off controlled by Chatham, and that's the end of regulation. 4 quarters complete in the 2015 Morris County Championship. Nothing has been decided. We go overtime. Your score at the end of regulation: Chatham 7, Delbarton 7 on MSG Varsity's Game Time. Welcome back to MSG Varsity's Game Time here at FDU Florham Park. What a game it has been in the 2015 Morris County Championship. Chatham and Delbarton tied at 7 as we go to overtime. Sudden death OT. Team that scores first will win the 2015 Morris County title. Delbarton scoring with 3 seconds left in regulation. Emmett Cordry puts it home to tie the game. Critical face-off here. Ball loose on the ground. Still loose. Picked up by Chatham. Cougars have it and call timeout. So Chatham gets the face-off. Tony Calandra calls timeout. And Chatham will talk it over and set up a play. They'll try to draw up a play which they hope will deliver a championship goal. So here we go. Following the Chatham timeout, the Cougars have possession. An opportunity to win it here in overtime. Berger. Thomas Berger has 2 big goals in the game. He cuts behind the goal. Trying to get away there from Grant Brewster. Berger still with possession. Brewster out on him. Comes out to Austin Pierce and Evan Bernard. This is Nate Carson. Carson played by Camizio. Carson wraps around. Looks for a cutter. Up to Bernard. Bernard thought about the shot. Takes the shot and it whistles wide. Chatham retains possession. 3:11 remaining in OT. Up top, Bernard. Here's Pierce. He's got 41 goals on the season. Nate Carson. Carson cuts. Up top, Bernard takes the shot high up over the crossbar. And Chatham retains possession. 2:49 left in overtime. Berger trying to get away from Camizio. Berger delivers up top, Austin Pierce. He comes over to Bernard. 2:25 left in OT. Chatham has had possession nearly the entire overtime. Carson, like he might have a chance to spin away there. And here's Berger. Berger flips to Carson in front. Here's Bernard. Takes the shot. It's deflected in front. The ball loose on the ground. Still loose. A fight for the loose ball. And it's taken by Delbarton. And a timeout by Chuck Rubling. So Delbarton gets possession. 1:56 left in overtime. And Delbarton calls a timeout. They'll have a chance to win the game. Delbarton possession following the timeout to win it here in overtime. We're tied at 7. They tied it with 3 seconds remaining in regulation. Now they have possession. An opportunity to get the winning goal here at OT. Looking for their 14th Morris County title, their 3rd in a row. Penalty flag is thrown. It'll be a delayed penalty against Chatham. Offside. So on the offside call, 30-second man-up advantage for Delbarton. With 1:45 left on the clock here in this first overtime period. Second man-up advantage for the Green Wave. They work it around. Underdog goes to Hanlon. Andrew Ford Behind the goal, Cordry. Cordry comes up top. Here's the shot. Score! Troy Hanlon! Delbarton wins the 2015 Morris County Championship. Delbarton defeats Chatham 8-7 in overtime. Troy Hanlon scores the game-winning goal. And the Green Wave win their 14th Morris County title. Heartbreaking defeat for the Chatham Cougars. Exhilarating win for Delbarton. And we'll be back to talk about the Green Wave's 2015 Morris County Championship in just a few moments here on MSG Varsity's Game Time.
Springtime at MSG Varsity means lacrosse is in full swing. Every Monday at 7 p.m., Quick Hits keeps you in the know on the top storylines in your region. Tuesday nights at 7, find out which teams made our rankings on the Tri-State Boys Lacrosse Top 20 and Tri-State Girls Lacrosse Top 20. And Thursday is prediction time with Put a Face on It as Mike Quick makes his picks to win the biggest matchups of the weekend. Catch it all on MSG Varsity, on air at Channel 614, online at MSGVarsity.com, and on the go with the MSG Varsity app, only on Optimum.
Welcome back to MSG Varsity's Game Time. Lou Brogno standing by with our player of the game, Troy Hanlon, who scored the winning goal in overtime to deliver Delbarton to the Morris County Championship. Troy, congratulations. Take us through the winning goal.
Yeah, coaches called our favorite play on the offense, man up, whenever he calls in practice, rooting and hollering, so we get it around. And then I just see a wide opening. Emmett Cordray skips it to me up top. I did a little hitch and then just delivered it with all my power, and it paid off for us. We got it and pulled out an unbelievable game.
Troy, what does this championship mean to you? Now, it's 3 straight Morris County titles. As a senior, what does this one mean to you?
I mean, it feels good, but the end is still far away. We got a lot of lacrosse left, and hopefully we can deliver.
What was the key in this game? Chatham certainly played a terrific game against you guys, and you guys had to come from behind in the late moments. What was the key to that comeback?
It was the coaching staff and our defense. Coaching staff keeps us grounded, and then our defense did an unbelievable job. MJ Malillo, Jared Astor, Jack Hilty, John Cree, and Nat. It was terrific. They got us the ball back, and we did what we wanted to do.
Troy, congratulations once again. Good luck the rest of the season. All right, Troy Hanlon scores the winning goal in overtime as Delbarton defeats Chatham by the score of 8-7. For the Green Wave, their 14th Morris County Championship, their 3rd straight. Big win for them. They go to 14-1 on the season. For everyone here at MSG Varsity's Game Time, I'm Lou Brogno. Thanks for joining us. Again, your final score: Delbarton 8, Chatham 7 in overtime. The Green Wave 2015 Morris County champs.